What's up, guys? We're back for another toy haul video, and honestly this should probably just be called a NECA haul because it's, I'd say, 90% NECA stuff. There's a couple things that are not NECA, and I just sort of came into some deals recently, so I pulled the trigger on a few things, and I think it came out on top, but we've got a handful of NECA things to look at, and then some new non-NECA stuff. So we'll start with those. This is the first thing. We've got a new vintage collection figure. This is the previously Walmart exclusive, but now Entertainment Earth, BBTS, online retailer exclusives, the Island Journey Ray. This one looks pretty good. I don't know if I'm going to get around to reviewing her. Honestly, I still have not opened a single new vintage collection figure. I've been trying to keep up with them. I can't find them anywhere. I find it hard pressed to pull the trigger on buying full cases of them right now. So I don't even have them all, and I don't know. I'm kind of hemming and hawing about these in general, but she does look really good. And then the only other non-NECA thing is this guy, well, gal. So this is Ellie Van Houten. I always think of Millhouse when I say that, from Xenogears. So I reviewed the Fei Fong Wong Xenogears figure a few months back. These are the Square Enix Bring Arts figures. So, I'm mostly buying these because I have a huge love of this game. It's one of my favorite video games of all time, so there's a lot of nostalgia here for me. The figures are incredibly expensive for what they are, though, so I'm really interested to take a look at this one because there is a whole bunch of stuff in there. She's got extra hands, heads, weapons, stands, so there's a lot of good stuff in here. They do still come in an incredibly big box. I still think that's way too big. So we've got her, and then the rest is just NECA stuff. So the first of which is this guy. This is one of the new Kenner-inspired Terminator figures. This is the Metal Mash Terminator from the Future War line. I found this guy at Target. I was looking for all of them, and I don't know if they had them all or not. There's the Power Arm Terminator, and then the color-changing T-1000. But this guy's really, really cool. I had the Kenner figure as a kid. I don't know where it is. The only thing that I have left of any of this, I have the Power Arm from the Terminator. It's in a box with Ninja Turtle accessories. I don't know why it's been kept. I don't know what happened to the Terminator. But my figures of this line as a kid did not survive. But this thing looks pretty cool. Definitely going to do a review on that. We've got another Terminator figure. This is the Ultimate T2 T800. So this is the the Terminator, the Arnold Schwarzenegger. So we've got him there in a window box, whole bunch of stuff, tons of accessories, extra heads, guns, the whole shebang. NECA Ultimate style stuff. I don't know if this is I think this is a reissue, correct? This has to be. I think this came out a while ago. There's other Ultimate figures as well, like an Ultimate T1000, things like that. I don't know if they're re-releasing those or not, though. And then another thing I found at Target, we've got the Ultimate Gremlin. I've been trying to get to the review on this thing, and it just keeps slipping through the cracks. So it's another one with those big window boxes. I found it at Target. They had two. I should have got both. I regret not buying the second one because it was gone almost instantly. But this thing looks pretty wild. All the kind of stuff that you can use to put like the popcorn bags on their heads. He's got a cigarette accessory, which just looks fantastic. Soda cup. He's got a beer stein. There's all sorts of cool stuff in there. And then the rest of this haul is all Predators. So these are all older Predators. Some are older than others. Some are not too old. But NECA had kind of that there was that waiting period almost where they had issues with the factory or licensing or whatever it was, because there weren't tons of Predators that really came out last year. There were a bunch before that, obviously. So I've got 8 different Predators down here to take a look at. The packaging on them is not the greatest, but that doesn't matter. They're all getting pulled out anyway. None of them are Ultimate Predators, so they don't have those boxes. The first one that we've got here is the Scavenge Predator. So this guy just looks fantastic. He is one of like the non-standard Predators because he's green-blue. He just looks really, really cool. He's got a mask down there. He's got a big staff that has a skull on the top of it. So this one's really fantastic. This is really cool. This one is this a Kenner Predator? No, I don't think so. Maybe. This is a Kenner Predator, if I can remember correctly. This is a Kenner one. And we've got the Kenner style NECA logo down there. So that has to be what that is. I think. Probably. Maybe. We'll find out. And we've got another. This one definitely was a Kenner Predator because I've got him around the house somewhere. Probably in the garage in a bin. But this is the glow-in-the-dark one. This is the Stalker Predator. And he came out not too long ago. So he was really cheap, honestly. This one, I think I got him for basically retail. Maybe a little less, depending on how I want to view this deal. So he's got a bunch of glow-in-the-dark plastic. He's got one of the Xenomorph-style chests, which looks really cool. I always thought it was really goofy. Who has that? The Broken Tusk Predator has that, and I like it, but I still think it's really odd and weird, and goofy, but it's kind of befitting in a way. But he just glows in the dark, so there's tons of glow-in-the-dark flesh on this guy. And then, yeah, he's another one of the Kenner Predators. We've got the Kenner-style NECA logo down there, which I always think is really cool. Let's see, we've got the only one non-Predator figure here. This is the Thermal Vision Dutch figure. I wanted a Dutch figure, and after reviewing that Thermal Fugitive Predator, the Thermal Vision Fugitive, it's hard to say that. He kind of jumped out at me. There's a lot of translucent plastics on this guy. He's green, you know. There's a lot of paint apps on this one, and he just looks really good. I mean, there's a lot of cool stuff going on in this package. Really, really nice presentation. Can't really go wrong with a translucent green Arnold Schwarzenegger figure, right? What do we got? Next one, we have got the Wasp Predator. This one is probably one that most folks don't know what it is unless maybe you're into Predator stuff in general. This is one of the Predators from that like fan movie that came out a long time ago, early 2000s, the Batman Dead End Predator movie, where Batman fights xenomorphs and he fights predators. It's really, really short, but this guy's in it along with the albino Predator. I think that's what his name is, I think. And then the big red Predator, which is the guy that's on the backer card here. He is probably the most expensive NECA Predator, I think. I think he goes for like 150 bucks. Loose sometimes. It's a crazy good looking figure, but the aftermarket resale on that figure is just through the freaking roof. So we won't be seeing that guy anytime soon unless they reissue him. And I don't know if maybe there's a rights thing with these. Honestly, I don't even know how they managed to put these out. It seems really odd. I guess somehow that was sanctioned by Fox or something like that. I don't know. I'm not going to assume. We've got, this guy's really, really heavy. We have got one of the AVP Predators. This is the Youngblood Predator. This guy feels exceptionally heavy for some reason. He doesn't look any bigger than usual, although he does seem a bit bulkier. He's got ultimate style articulation too. He's got a chest cut, a diaphragm cut there too, so that's pretty interesting. I mean, he's not ultimate because he doesn't have a million accessories. But that's pretty sweet. I don't think I really paid attention to that ahead of time. This guy is, yeah, from the first Alien vs. Predator movie, if you care about those. I have kind of a passing interest in those. They are not good movies. The second one especially is not a good movie, but some really cool Predator designs came out of that. So, you know, take that for what it's worth, I suppose. Let's see, who's this? This is from Predator 2. So, you know, obviously there is the City Hunter in Predator 2, the main Predator that fights Danny Glover and, you know, all that. And then we've got the ones at the end. So this is one of the Predators that you see at the end of the movie in the ship. This is the Battle Armor Lost Predator. So there's a bunch of them in there. It's like the Boar Predator is one of them. All the other names are escaping me right now, of course. But he's got a ton of stuff here. It's like a sword and then one of the throwing disc kind of things. He's got some wild armor on him too. So this one looks pretty sweet. Package has seen better days on this guy. But this one looks really cool. I'm pretty excited about that one. Let's see, we're going to save that one for last because that's a big one. And then we've got, I guess this one's probably a big one too. So this is from one of the games. This is from the AVP games. Not the arcade games, but the console games, computer games. This is the Serpent Hunter Predator. So this guy has a mask that looks like a xenomorph head. So this guy's just crazy to begin with. He's got a wild sculpt and just a wild look about him. He also has ultimate style articulation, at least at the chest. I assume he has it everywhere else too. Certainly looks like it. So this one looks pretty sweet. I'm pretty excited about this guy. But the big one, the one that kind of made me go for the deal, because this is one guy that was selling a bunch of stuff, and I basically just talked him down on a bunch of figures. He was just trying to get rid of stuff, and I was trying to get stuff. So we worked out a compromise, and I basically got these for retail. Maybe a few dollars more, a couple dollars more, and then shipping. I paid shipping on top of that, so not counting shipping, which wasn't much anyway. We got all of these for basically retail. So that was a steal, especially when this guy's thrown in the mix. So this is the AVP Elder Predator. This is one that came out not too long ago, but he is really, really in demand still. And I mean, there's a lot of reasons why. He just looks fantastic. He's got soft goods. He's one of, you know, a higher ranking style Predator in the overall lore of things, you know, if you go for that sort of stuff. So there's just a lot of cool factor with this particular figure. And yeah, that cape is gnarly looking, so it looks pretty sweet. This is one that I actually saw in store and I just passed it up because when it came out was around the time that I started doing the channel, and I had started getting into Predator and Alien stuff from NECA, and I just had a terrible amount of bad luck with figures with NECA stuff. So I just was like, you know what, I don't want to deal with it right now. I'm not going to buy that. I'm not going to chance it. I should have bought it. Ultimately, it didn't really matter at this point. But that was kind of a downside to that. It's like I got a bad taste in my mouth for a short while because I had multiple xenomorphs and a Predator figure that were broken right out of the package, and it just took an act of Congress to get things fixed. So that kind of soured me a bit. But I've had really no issues outside of one Predator recently that was missing parts that the vendor took care of. So everything's kind of worked out really well, and frankly, I'm just excited to have these because they look fantastic, and I really dig this stuff that NECA's been making. I like Predator in general. I love the lore, I love the comic books, I love most of the games, and I love the movies. Even the bad ones, I still find a way to like them. So yeah, we've got a bunch of stuff. If you guys are interested in reviews for any of the older ones, let me know. I don't know if I'm actually going to do them unless there is some interest. I mean, there's always people that you could go find reviews from already, but I might do them anyway. I've got a bunch of stuff to do, so we're going to do reviews for the Terminator stuff for sure, for the Bring Arts for sure, for the Gremlin. We'll probably find the Ultimate Stripe Gremlin here soon, do him as well whenever I get that, and then at least a couple of the Predators, if not all of them, schedule permitting, because there's always stuff coming out. But let me know if there's anything in particular you'd like to see, and I can try to make that a priority. But that is going to do it. So basically a NECA haul with a few things thrown in there extra. So let me know what you guys have gotten recently. Let me know what you think of this stuff, and I will see you next time.